Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. And we're having tea. Um, Already did the coffee. Now I'm on to tea in my beautiful moon mug because we are in the full moon. We are in the Virgo full moon, the virgin aspect, the wanting everything to be perfect. And full moons generally are times of shadow. And so they bring up for us the things that are working within us that are not necessarily for our highest and best good and maybe blocking what we keep trying to create in our life. So consider the things that are coming up right now for you that are less than comfortable, that are less than enjoyable, and that generally are old things you've journeyed with. And the truth is, everything went in layers. It's not all going to come out at once. So you're going to have those times when you revisit them. The next layer comes up, and your choice is always to let it go or to indulge and grow it. It is up to you. And that's what the Goddess Vesta is coming through for today. Vesta is known as the goddess of home and hearth. You are home to this spirit you brought into this world to learn certain things. And she's also all about the virginity, not giving herself away to anyone and being sovereign. And that is hugely what we want to own with the Goddess Vesta, is the sovereignty. We are the only ones who can do our work. We can't do our children's work. We can shed energies. We certainly can guide them and be there. But their own work that they came into this life for is for them to do. But we can lay the groundwork for them. We can help prepare their souls to be in greater power in that process when it becomes a more conscious process for them. And so the goddesses coming through are lovely. The first two, the maiden revolution. I'm going to turn this down just a smidge because it seems that, and I guess I would know if it's in focus if I put my glasses on. There we go. Maiden revolution. This is a fire card. This is the time of great transformation within you. It is a time of revolution, of change. You can get on that train and fuel that, or you can stand in front of it and work to stop it, which obviously is not going to work. So you might as well go with it or jump in the river and flow with it. What does that look like to you? Well, the next major card for this reading is delight. It can be fun. And it certainly is freeing, and being free within yourself is delightful. Great morning to you too, Susan. I was going to talk to you earlier, and then I got into my meditation, and maybe a little later. As I mentioned in the last video, I am doing some rebranding because Wisdom Guided Oracle suits me more so than solar power, but they are interlinked. So I'm working on a new logo that I was going to run by Susan, who is she is my branding item guru. She has a business called Badges Are Us, and she puts your stuff on things to give to people, and she does a lovely job. So we've got revolution and delight. It does not have to be so hard. You can ask, I need this to come in easier, and I need more clarity and recognition of what is coming in. And so the supporting card, Aditi, the goddess, the great void. And look where that void is. It is in her abdomen. It is in her place of creation. It is where we add to, where we create from, that area in us. And so, great morning to you too, Francesca. The great void is speaking to you now. And the charge is be aware of manipulation. Gonna get that right there. Look at, she's a puppet. Manipulation. Doesn't seem like the words are greatly in focus, but manipulation, this is earth energy. These are those things that are manipulating you within this earthly realm. You want to be aware, because Vesta, the goddess that wanted to come through with this guidance this morning, is about sovereignty. We can choose to be released from the manipulation of others, but we have to choose it and we have to enact it. And for many of us, that's not our norm. That's certainly not what we were raised with. And the doing of it can be easier, but we have to be aware. So, one of the things I ask for regularly is clarity and awareness, because that is what I desire to walk with in this world. So I am always open, willing, and ready to my higher power team, that power set of energies that is here for me, for you, to tap you on the shoulder and make you aware of things coming for you, things you're doing to sabotage yourself. So, what does that look like to you? What awareness do you need to see the energies that are working against you? Good morning, Julia. Yes, your shout out made my day. Oh, well, lovely, because Susan is amazing. And she also is a friend, which is helpful, but she always does a very specifically great job on everything she does. So we're creating, and we're creating from a place that isn't full. So we get to design it. This is where we get to give birth. This full moon is a perfect time to clear away any debris standing in our way. What are the shadows coming up for you? Did you wake up bummed out? Have you been bummed out for a day or so? Has life been feeling more fearful than joyful? Are old beliefs coming up? They are coming up for you to look at and go, oh, hell no. This is no longer my truth. I am banishing you to the fire. Write it on a piece of paper, burn it, and send that intention to the creator, the universe. The retreat that I have coming up, we're going to learn many processes for managing our own energy, to walk through this world more in the desire we came to live with, more in the power that we have in the universal goddessness of who we are. And it's going to show you who you really are. So if you're really ready for that next phase in your life, you know, we've lived many different lives in one, and the next one is waiting for you to show up, step into, put on that bodysuit, and run with. The Beyond Healing Retreat is that next phase. And there is most definitely a before the retreat and an after the retreat. So if it's been intriguing you, go ahead and look at the link. There are payment options you can make. So consider what is possible for you. The next card that is up is pessimism. And this is a warning card. This is warning you that this is a form of manipulation. That's why it came right after the manipulation card. Every news outlet, it does not matter what you're listening to, unless it is just straight headlines with a blurb on explaining what the headline is about, no one's opinion about it. You're being manipulated to believe a thing is true. And it's generally going to grow fear in you. Fear is like the lowest vibration we can be in. So you want to disconnect from the news as much as possible. You want to step into your sovereignty and what is here for you. I am open, I'm willing, I'm ready. Guide me. This card serves as a stark reminder that how you perceive your world and the attitudes you hold towards others determine the quality and choices of your life. When you are in a place of pessimism, you are also in judgment of the others in your life. You are judging what it is that they are doing as a response to who you feel you are, what you happen to be feeling right now. There is so much chaos and tumult in the world right now that unless you step into your Goddess Vesta sovereignty and pull away from all of the others and do your inner work. Good morning, Katie. Katie was at this retreat. She's a lovely young woman from Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh is where she's living right now, and just a powerhouse. She has a great TikTok called Ordinary People Are Interesting. I think that's correct, right, Katie? It can be everyday people are interesting, but it's a lovely, lovely TikTok podcast that she does on there. So these days are the days for you. This full moon is rough because it really wants you to see what it is you're carrying that's blocking you. So instead of doing the under the weight of it, go, thank you so much. This is what I'm choosing to let go of. And a huge amount of that will go when you burn that paper. The act of writing something down is hugely powerful. So you want to remember to write it, then rip it up, and then burn it, releasing that. And you want to replace that. What do you choose your life to be like? I am powerful in every aspect of my life. I create more abundance and prosperity to fuel the desires that I have to do whatever it is I came to do in this world. You have got the power. You just need to let it come through. And much of this full moon is letting you know what is stopping that from being your truth. So I think we are complete for this beautiful full moon Friday. We had an eclipse this morning. Can make this energy a little chaotic. Pay attention when you're out in the world. People may be acting a bit chaotically. I did notice yesterday, because I was out about, that was not the case, except that I gave a ride home from this meeting to one of the little ladies who has developed dementia. So she's no longer driving, but she's been, up until now, maneuvering pretty well. Well, I had been to her house a couple times, but not from this direction. And I don't have, I haven't imprinted it in my brain. So I was trusting her to lead us home. And we get to one street and she said, you go through. And I went, really? She said, yeah. I said, okay. And then we got to the next street and I said, are you sure we go through this one? Yeah, keep going. And all of a sudden I went, we're past, because I have never heard of this street called Owyhee Storm. It's a brand new street with a brand new high school on it. And so we then put it in my map, and we were indeed 15 minutes past where she lived on a different street. It was somewhat close to where we had been, but if I had really thought about it, I would have put that address in the beginning, because the full moon messes with us. It messes with the water in our system. If it adjusts the tides, how arrogant is it for us to think that we are not affected by it when we are at 73% water? So know that it is supposed to affect you. And right now it is affecting you for you, to know what is standing in your way. So choose now to stand in your solar power, your soul's power, and let it go. Thanks for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.